So in last week's episode you saw us making a radar mount and mounting the radome on board. This week we power it up and just show you through a brief overlay of the screens. So here we are on the home screen for the Raymarine Axiom. We are connected to the radar, shown by that little icon there, but it's not transmitting. So if you go into radar, click transmit, and there we go. After a couple of seconds it powers up and we're getting returns. We're on a range of 8 nautical miles. We're getting a good strong return from over there. So if we acquire that target, move the cursor away, so we can see there's a little green circle dotted. That's saying that it's acquiring. It hasn't acquired it as yet, but it shortly will. Have a look on here. We can, at the settings, we can adjust sensitivity. We can look at the targets, and there's the target there. It's now acquired it, and it's 6.43 nautical miles away from us. Now we are moving, so it's putting a marker out to show that the target's moving, but that's moving relative to us, and we're on a reference mode of relative. You've got relative or true. I prefer relative. Trails, it will show a trail for 30 seconds for any moving target. Shows the vectors, always show the vectors. We've not connected to AIS, another story there, but it would pick up AIS targets, and vector period is for 6 minutes, and it shows a target history, so it will show trails of the target for 1.5 minutes. We'll go back and we'll see that there. Now what we can also do, if we go back to the home screen and go into charts, my card is getting ready for refreshing. There we can see the radar blip in pink, light pink, and the target acquired, and it's next to Killinghall, and that, so all that corresponds directly ahead. And if that was a ship or something, we would see its vector target moving in relation to us, and also gives if it was on a collision course or an intercept course, we would see an intercept and a time. So this is all looking very good. Now we're able to do this because if we go back to radar, we'll see on the outer ring here, that's the heading. That's our current heading. Now, in order for the radar to work effectively with charts and to even do the overlay, you must have a heading sensor. Now, luckily we did have a heading sensor, but it's an old NavTrack by Stowe. Now it gives out NEMA 183, and you may remember from previous videos problems I was having in getting an ActiSense unit to talk to my AIS, because I wanted to put an AIS overlay on, and we couldn't do it. It just would not talk. So I thought, well, I'll try that redundant ActiSense. I coupled up 2 wires and immediately we got talking and it brought up heading, and that's allowed us to complete the job with the radar. So the next project really is to try to figure out what went wrong with the AIS, and I think I know. The baud rate on the ActiSense should have been 38,400, not 4,800, and that's what it seems to have been set on at the factory, is 4,800, and we could not get it to talk to a PC to change it. So that was probably more user error than the unit, but I am looking at probably a digital yacht converter, which will automatically switch. So there we are, that's the Raymarine Axiom and Raymarine Quantum Radar. Now, something we have been asked about is our positioning of the radome. Now, if this was a magnetron unit, I would not put my radome there. In fact, I think a lot of cruisers, when I look around with the older magnetron units, are a little bit close to the users, especially if they're in upper helm steering positions. Now, this is a digital array. It's the Raymarine Quantum, and I've been assured, I'm not an expert on this, but I have been assured that they are perfectly safe. They do say it should be about a metre away from you, and it is. It's actually positioned a metre away from us. They are better to be positioned higher, but that is really to get the range rather than any protection, and to protect users from radiation. As I say, these are not magnetron units, and that is the reason we went for a quantum more than anything else. Right, we're going to do a little job. Might seem strange, we are coming towards the end of summer. Just need to do a quick service on the heater. I think we've got some dust over the heat exchanger, because when it does come on, we get a little bit of a dusty, burny smell. So just gonna try and give it a quick clean down. And it's raining. I don't know if you can see out there, but we've got the rain again. Yeah, we've got the rain. So it is an indoor job. Where does our heater live? About where those shoes are. So we've got the floor to lift. Seems a bit strange, but we start by taking the grip off the top of that step. Next, we have to take that panel off under the dash. Then we just lift these panels away, tapping with my foot, so we can get this panel out, and that gets me access to the heater. And to get this panel away, we have to take the heater hose off. That's one of the heater outlet hoses that has to come off. And there we are, that's the heater unit. I'll hide that. It's a Chinese planar heater, diesel heater, and it works exceedingly well. I find you just have to give it a clean every now and again. There we are with its top off, and it's actually not too bad. I don't think I need to take it out. And there was just a little bit of dust on the fan, which is just there. That's the inlet fan, and that blows air across. We have some bits of dust in there. Should probably better get out with a screwdriver. But the actual heat exchanger itself looks okay, which is good news. Now, another little job I wanted to do whilst I'm here is our log stopped running, which is just there. Now I've just taken it out whilst we're in the water.
And so the reason it's not running is there, look at that little lot sitting on the log wheel. So we're going to have to clean them off and then pop it back in. I've been debating about this for quite some time, whether to do it whilst we're in the water. But actually you don't get that much coming through. So I'm just going to scrape all this away. A little screwdriver and just try to get in. I don't want to take this apart really. Surprisingly, it worked after we were lifted, and it's worked right up until we were lifted out and we had the bottom cleaned. Next time we ran, it worked nicely, but then the last time we were out, when we went down to Spurn with the grandkids, it had stopped. Looking at the way that whatever has got onto there had encrusted, and no surprise. That is calcified, whatever it is. But I've been panicking about this for ages. Didn't fancy doing the job because I could picture all sorts of issues. But in the end, you know, your worst fears, you just got to face them. Still got to get the thing back in, like. But you have pictures of huge jets of water flying up because this is right at the bottom of the boat. So you have a picture of huge jets of water flying in. In actual fact, it's not much. Can't see my log now, can't see my speed indicator. And so you'll have to take my word for it, that's back in and is dry, so that's good. So that's all the job's done under here, so we can put this floor back. Whew. That's a massive wiring that we've got behind the lower helm position, nearly as bad as the upper helm. Part of the problem is we've got a lot of redundant systems, but they're semi-redundant or encased in such a way that we just really can't remove them, or daren't remove them at this stage. So they're just tidied up a bit and packed away, and that's it. So thank you for watching. I hope you find this useful. If you like our videos, please do give us a big thumbs up, like, share and subscribe to see more motor cruising on Ava Grace. Coming in a future video, we've been talking to some of our followers, and especially people that are stationed up on the River Ouse. We've done in bits and pieces help and advice on coming down the Ouse, and we know that there's a lot of people in York who would love to come down to taste the wilder waters of the River Humber, but either cannot find a partner to come down with them, and they don't need to come down with a buddy boat, they can come on their own. But and we did our first time we came on our own. It's just working out how to calculate the tides, what to do, who to contact, bridges to be opened, etc. So I'm planning to put a piece together that will hopefully give a little bit of help and assistance to those people in York.